Hello, here comes the weekend. It's a Saturday. We're gonna go for a ride and we have a few thoughts. Try to get a bit of ideas and motivation in why we should go riding, why cycling is good for you, or should we just stay all day sitting on the couch with a nice beer and watching TV all day because it's cloudy and we find every other excuse not to go cycling. Let's find out. Let's go. Sorry about the wind noise in the video. I just took out this camera that I had in the past, and it's got this microphone pickup, and it doesn't have any microphone jack, to put an external microphone. And so I'm gonna have to modify here to put some sort of filter, wind noise reducer. This is the one that I may discover. Remember, I told you in the video up there, I put the link. So because I don't like this curtain that they make, he ended up breaking it. So all right, because there are moments where you don't feel like doing stuff. There are moments where you feel tired, and cycling is clearly can be a demanding activity. So you really have to find this answer within yourself, and there are ways that can help you to encourage yourself doing stuff, and we analyze this in a moment. But everything has to come from inside yourself. You need to feel the will of going out, and so we're gonna analyze which are the components of a successful not training plan, but keeping fit plan, having an activity like cycling, or can be also running, where you can do regularly, without any expectations, but just for the sake of being outdoors, staying healthy, and feeling good, feeling fit. And I'm doing these thoughts just because this happened to myself as well. As much as I'm a coach and I motivate the others, for example, I'm kind of a weather pathic. If it's a bit cloudy day, there's a bit of tendency of raining, that could be immediately an excuse not to go out myself. Of course, if I'm coaching a team, I oblige them to go out. But so today is one of those days. However, I don't want this to become a depressive video. As you can see, I went out and I had lots of stuff to do on the computer, but you have to plan, you schedule your day, so you'll be able to do a bit of this, a bit of that. You find some hours for working on the computer, some hours for watching your favorite program on TV, and you try to find yourself a little moment to do an outdoor activity that helps you to keep fit, to keep your mindset going positively, and to keep healthy and enjoying being out. And if you are kind of a beginner, an easy rider into cycling, one of the things that can make you not want you to go outside is because everybody else is much stronger, so you don't feel like joining people that cycle more regularly. They're stronger, so you don't want to feel like the one that they all have to wait for. And so we're gonna analyze that as well in a moment. And but everybody has to start from somewhere. Your friends are stronger, they cycle regularly, but one day, back in the days, they were in your same situation. They just took action. They just decided, okay, I'm gonna start doing something, and I'm going to try to do it regularly, and eventually I become stronger, and I enjoy more, and I can join other people riding together, and so on. So it doesn't matter in whichever physical conditions you are, the best is always to get out and to move, to do some activity. The human body was designed to do exercise, to physical work. And these days, with the technology and everything, the system makes us become lazier and lazier. Everything is automatic. You press a button, you do everything with a remote control, and we move less and less our body. So we need to find ways to get out, to move, and then immediately make you feel better, healthier, stronger, and more positive. And you see, now that we left some of our negative thought processes that keep us staying home lazy rather than do something, we analyze the positive effect of it. Cycling has this amazing effect that after a couple of kilometers that you are outside with the fresh air and everything, it makes you smile. If you bump into a cyclist, you look at the faces, they're all kind of positive, smiling, happy. It does something to your body. It does speed up your metabolism. It makes you feel part of this world outdoor. It also have a much lower impact to your body, to your bones, to your joints compared to running, for instance. You know, all those impacts. Particularly if you are a person overweight, you rather want to be starting by going cycling, by going swimming, where the body weight is not important. Little by little you start losing weight, becoming lighter. So then eventually, if you like to get into running, once you lost a bit of weight, you can start running as well. If you are someone that needs the help of somebody else to motivate yourself, well, you can find yourself a friend that is in the same position, and you tell him, you know, shall we start doing something together, some cycling, some activity outdoors? Or otherwise, you can join a club. There are clubs for cycling, not just for aiming to competing or to do long challenges and sportives. There are cycling clubs, they have a section also for more cycle tourism or for the get into cycling groups, and they divide groups of people going slower, getting into cycling, getting to learn how to properly use the bike, the components, and getting fit together little by little. Or if you live in a flattish area and you commute every day to going to work by car, perhaps half of the time you're stuck in traffic, start cycling to work. Some of the most fit people that I bump into when I'm out cycling are the commuters, because cycling is a repetitive sport. There's nothing like doing regularly every bit every day, you know, even if it's only 20 miles, 30 miles, every day, doesn't matter at what pace, but that just makes you becoming stronger, makes your body be more awake, more inclined to do outdoor activities. And so these guys then eventually on the weekends, they join bike rides with other people, and that's where they do the longer rides and stay out all day or things like that. So commuting is a really, really great thing to get into cycling. If you go to work not too far from home, and you can do it, you know, rather than being sitting in a car. The funny thing of these commuters by car is that then when they get out of work, on the way home they stop at the gym and they park the car as close as possible to the gym entrance, and then they go running on the treadmill, you know. But the car has to go as close as possible, you know, to reduce the effort to get into the gym. You know, this is just so ridiculous. If we're analyzing people's behavior, sometimes you really think, you know, just stop a moment and think what I'm doing. You know, I'm going into a gym with my car, parking the car as close as possible, and then I run on a treadmill. I could just go running outside. But, you know, everybody's entitled to do what they want. I'm just giving my opinion, my suggestions. Other ways to motivate yourself to get out while you're out cycling, perhaps you like photography, and cycling is one of the best way to get into places where you don't access by car, or when you go by car you are close into this vehicle, you don't really see what's around you. For example, I love, you know, spotting wildlife, and when I cycle I spot so many little animals, and you get to capture, you get to see their behavior. Or you know, landscapes, you can stop wherever you want, take a beautiful picture, take your time, cycle little pathway in the countryside, get the amazing point of view which they would be impossible to take when you are out by car. Another thing that can motivate yourself, if you are a little bit competitive as a person, is to use the application like Strava, for example. Strava is the application where everybody that joins record its ride, and during the ride there are some parts of the ride that they are called the segments. They can be, you know, whichever length, 1 kilometer, 1 mile. It can be flat, it can be uphill. And so every time you are out riding, you can go home and watch on the application how much better you did on a certain segment, you know, that you have. Like here I have a climb of about 6.5 kilometers that we all in the area do regularly. And every time I try different ways of doing it, using different gear, starting strong from the beginning, or rather starting slow at the beginning, then increase my power during the way. There are different ways that you can plan, and then makes you want to go out to try this new thing. And there is of course the adventure, the travel. Going out with your bicycle is a way of traveling. Doesn't matter what the distance, you know. I know people that they just commute every day to work and don't get to know what's around them. And they might travel, they go for holidays on the other side of the world, and they might don't even know what's around the corner. And then when I post this photo of places, they say, where is this place? Amazing. I say, that's just 5 kilometers from you. You turn left down there, you go into the country lane, and you find it. And so the bike ride is also a good way to discover beautiful places in the countryside, point of views, nature, environment, and things like that. Another way to motivate yourself is to visualize yourself the post-riding effect. Some people have told me that they're riding thinking already at the beer they will wait for them at the end of the ride. Or some other that after you go home and you have your shower, then you can really relax on the couch and you feel that you achieved something. Or anyway, because anyway that makes your post-ride life brighter. You are much more awake, much more bright. If you have to have a speech or to have to meet people, your body is awake. It's not half asleep like this, like when you stay on the couch all day and then you go out, you're dragging yourself. If that's what you feel, get outdoors immediately. Other people, they are into losing weight, slimming down, becoming lighter. They told me that they cycle because they have so much joy when at the end of the ride they go on the scale and they see those 2 kilos lighter. But of course it's not an immediate 2 kilos. You also lost a lot of water and so on. And every day, you know, little by little, you shaving off those extra kilos of weight that you easily put on with the modern food, what the food industry is suggesting us to eat. And that is the cause of most of this obesity and getting fat problems. Some other people, they have told me that they cycle because so that they can eat whatever they want, and this is good for them because they are already fit. So once you are fit, then eventually you can, but if you are trying to lose weight to get fit, that's a bit of an up and down solution, you know. One moment you do something good, next moment you do something bad. Try to find the right balance, depending on the purpose, depending on what level of you are. If you are happy with your body weight and everything, then it's okay. Otherwise, if the aim is losing weight, then of course you need to be a little bit more careful with what you eat as well. Some other people say they need to have a goal. Otherwise they say, what I cycle for? I don't put on weight, I'm reasonably fit, why should I go cycling? Unless they have a goal in mind. So if you are one of those, set yourself a goal of at least a 3-month distance. You know, don't say I'm going to run this sportive, this marathon in a month's time. It requires much more than that to set a body prepared and fit to be able to compete and enjoy the event. So from 3 months minimum, 3 months minimum to a year time, and then maybe with the help of a coach, you can join the spinning classes, you can find somebody that gives you a nice program to follow with a diet and everything, so that when you get to that event you'll be prepared and you enjoy doing it rather than completely demolishing yourself and being then stuck sick in pain for the next month after that. Another thing that can help you motivate yourself, get yourself a device like this, so that tells you the speed, the heart rate, the RPM, the cadence of spinning your pedals. And so every part of the ride you can decide what to focus on, whether to keep a lower heart rate or to keep a fast cadence or a certain speed. And then little by little you learn how to push, how to get the best out of your performance, let's say. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. You can leave in the comments below some some other ideas or way of motivating yourself for riding, or if you have any question about getting into cycling as a beginner, or any other thing you want to write in the comment section below. And if you like to subscribe to the channel, it's all about the outdoors. My slogan is get out more, it's fabulous outdoors. See you next time.